It's Muddy River TV.
Hi, this is Ron Kinscherf with Muddy River News. We have Ryan Mcpartlin with us, married a Quincy gal after, did you meet her at the University of Illinois?
No, I actually met her in Chicago when
Met
she
her in
was,
Chicago.
yeah, when she was visiting her sister Kelly. And my good friend Kara Kepner at the time, who was her best friend from Quincy, set us up.
Okay.
So, and all roads lead to Quincy. That's
All
what
roads
they
lead to
say.
Quincy, and you are an actor that's based out of LA right now. And
That's true.
correct. And you've got a movie coming out on Hallmark. Why don't you tell us a little about that?
Yeah, it's Double Scoop. It's a summer romance. It's with Taylor Cole and directed by Peter Sullivan. It's great. It's continuing my relationship with Hallmark has always been something special to me. Danielle's family started in the Hallmark business. They started with one store and grew to well over 100. And so they were always on my case early on in my career here in Los Angeles about why are you going to do more Hallmark movies? And it wasn't really on my radar then. You know, I went from soap operas to passion soap opera to doing Living with Fran Drescher, playing her love interest for a couple of years, to Chuck for 5 seasons where I played Captain Awesome. And then the Hallmark movie started to come and play after Chuck. And I started with Aaron Krakow, who's one of their stars from When Calls the Heart. Uh, so Aaron and I had a good time. And then, I saw what a rabid fan base that Hallmark audience is
Yeah.
and what it means to the people in the Midwest. And I'm a Midwest guy. I'm from Glen Ellen, Illinois. And so I was like, hey, if it makes them happy, let's give them what they want.
So, first of all, you married a Kirlin, and that's the Hallmark connection. Two questions about the Hallmark type thing that you're involved in. Do they, once they like somebody, they go back to the well quite often with the same cast of characters, or is that not necessarily true?
They do some more than others. But I've done, man, this is probably going on my fourth Hallmark project, which is great. And I've worked for many other networks and I've produced a couple of the projects too. And it's good because you get to see, me personally, I come from network TV and I love network TV and I love growing up with network TV where you fall in love with characters that you get to see and come into your living room week in and week out. So this is a way for them to do that without doing a number of different series. Because if you do a series, it's very costly. It's very expensive to do a series versus to do a movie. And that way they're able to kind of switch us all up with each other. What concept hasn't been done yet, or is there a new twist on it? And what's my chemistry going to be like with Taylor Cole versus Aaron Krakow, or a number of other Nikki DeLoach or whoever it might be they pair me up with. And it's fun to get to play like that because you feel like you're part of a community.
Well, there's also the long-running joke that every Hallmark movie is basically the same thing. It is move the characters and move the scenery and all that type of stuff. So is Double Scoop in that mode, basically?
Well, I got to say they love a classic format. I'll put it that way. And my job is to always try and do a little twist on it. Man, I did one a couple years ago. And it's funny, even if I do a Lifetime Christmas movie, people go, we love that Hallmark Christmas movie. Right. And I was like, I told the execs at Hallmark, I'm like, you really do own this brand and this whole time of year. But yeah, I think there's always a way to try and deliver the audience what they want in a different way than they expect. So that's the job of the writers and the actors to say, we're here for comfort food. We know what we want. And especially around the holidays when things can be tough and it can be hard for a lot of families. So you want to know you're going to have a feel-good ending. You're going to not have your heart ripped out and find out like, oh, the person was a ghost the whole time. And they're like, oh man, I was really rooting for this to have a happy ending.
So what's the gist of Double Scoop? But the first thing I think about, okay, you work at an ice cream store. You know,
Actually, no. Yeah, well, we're doing a lot of ice cream promotion, so I get why you would think that. No, we're two marketing execs
okay.
that are fighting over the same account, and it's
Okay.
yeah, it's a small town ice cream family. So, um there's always a little bit of miscommunication that can start off the fun and games. And then once we get to the farm to try and close the account, they said, well, we're just gonna have you guys stay for a couple days and
Oh,
get
well,
to know,
of course.
of course,
Yeah.
because who wouldn't,
And then you
right?
bump into
You
each other on
traveled
the
all
way.
this
You
way.
bump into each other on the way to the restaurant one evening, or heading down to breakfast.
Of course, we're both
Yeah,
stay at the house. I mean, like
there you go.
you got to get closer. And then, the miscommunication later, I won't
Mhm,
give away, but that's why we tune into it to say, oh, what's going to pull them apart? What's going to bring them back together?
mhm. So that's
And
Double Scoop, right? Double Scoop, and it
sure,
debuts on August 23rd on the Hallmark Channel, right?
on the Hallmark Channel at 8 o'clock, 7 Central.
So is this one of the ones you've produced? Because you've gotten into production here recently.
I have. This is not one of the ones, but it's
Okay.
one of the producers that I've worked with before. So when they called me to ask if I wanted to do this, I was very happy to. Jeff Shank with Hybrid Productions, and we shot it in Birmingham, Alabama, even though it's set in Wisconsin.
Hmm.
But no, when you hit a certain age in our industry, you have to start to expand your career. You have to learn the production angle of it, the writing parts of it, and or else you might be out of a job if you're just
Right.
waiting for the phone to ring. And
Right.
that's how it goes. So, very Vermont Christmas. I was involved in really involved in the heavy rewrite that we did and the production of that. Color Murder, which I was very proud of. It was a Hallmark mystery, but at the time they didn't know if they were going to continue with mysteries, so we didn't do another installment of it. And some of these are what they're called movie wheels, right? So it's like a trilogy in the Hallmark way where you go, okay, we're going to do three of them. And then if it goes really well, we'll just keep doing some of those mysteries. Our mystery did very well, actually, and they didn't know which direction they were going to go with it. And our execs had moved to another, to Tubi, I want to say at the time.
Hmm.
So I'm still fighting for that to try and get another installment of Color Murder with
Hmm.
Hallmark because we put a lot of thought and a lot of just a lot of love into that, and we left it on a great cliffhanger as well.
Right. So when you decide when you want to get into production, I'm assuming that's primary. Is that primarily just the financial backing to get things going, and then
No,
are you
no,
looking for scripts, or how's it work?
yeah, I mean, you would think that's the financial backing, but it's not. There's a couple different ways to get into it. There's the creative producers, and then there's the financial producers.
Hmm.
And in TV, you don't always need the financial producers. Sometimes they're independent producers. This one had the financial co-production with
Hmm.
Hallmark. Um, so that is what I am still exploring that angle, but I'm more of a creative producer where I am looking for the scripts, the ideas, and I'll go present it to Hallmark and then reverse
Okay.
engineer everything.
So
And
you're
I'll,
okay. So you're
yeah.
reverse engineer. So people, you're working with people to come up with the idea and the script. You flesh it all out, and then you try to go find somebody that'll pay for it. That
Yes, whether it's Hallmark that pays for it, whether it's another company that pays for it, or a co-production.
okay.
So there's independent, which is an acquisition. It's like building a home. That's a spec home that
Hmm.
sometimes people just go, "Hey, we're going to make this. We're going to put a couple $1 million into this, and we're going to try and make this movie. And we hope that we make our money back, and we hope
Hmm.
that we land that number by Hallmark or some other place." Um,
Well,
I don't.
is it a
I'm
better
risk averse.
Yeah. Is it a better feeling though, as a producer, to actually have the whole project and then present it to somebody and everybody claps and loves the project than it is as, let's say, an actor double scoop and getting the recognition that that's a good film?
Well, I'll tell you this, that I'm always a team player. So I came from a football background at
Hmm.
University of Illinois, and I love when people are good at their job, and I just come in and I play my part.
Hmm.
Um, so when it comes to putting the team together, I'm happy to do that. And what I've learned when I put my producer hat on is people want to do their job. They want to have their fingerprints on a project. So if you bring something to them that fits that acquisition model, like building that spec home, it better be darn good. and it better be the right price that you make money on it, your investors make money, and Hallmark gets it for the right price, or someone else.
Someone else, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
somebody else, like a Lifetime or a GAC, which Great American Christmas, I think, or maybe
Yeah.
Great American Family, whatever they are now. And some of those other places. But yeah, I think that I've learned enough through my career to know to go to the people that want to be involved in the creative process. I just met with Hallmark this past week to flesh out some ideas. And I think everybody can talk numbers and everybody can talk, you know, what the potential is for, you know, the advertising rates and everything else,
Mhm.
and the viewership. But what really excites everybody is the creative process. That's what usually brought people to Hollywood in the first place. They had some background in whether it's high school theater, college theater, um, or came from working at a studio and just getting invested in the story.
Well, thanks for joining us and good luck. Double Scoop, August 23rd. Ryan Mcpartlin, really appreciate your
Hey,
time.
thank you. Really appreciate you.
It's Muddy River TV.